so let's get into the video. So I have to kind of prep this wig. So the wig that I've got is it used to be 30-inch, it still is, but I just cut it in layers so that I can have a layered look. But it's a 30-inch human blend, 13 by 4 lace wig. I got it from this other company, but I think it's BBY Luxury, the wig company. It's a very good wig company. I recommend it to anyone. They sell variety from like human hair blends to like raw Vietnamese, like raw virgin hair. They've got a wide range, guys. They've got like a budget range, a premium range. They're literally the best buy that I've ever come across. So I have flat ironed the wig already, relatively. So yeah, I'm not gonna do a flat iron section today. I only have to flatten out my edges and the lace in front. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But in order to flatten out the edges, I'm gonna be using a wax stick. This is the standard wax stick that I use, the hot comb, so to speak. Yeah, I got this hot comb. So in order to do this, right, we have to kind of comb the hair first. So I use a rat tail comb just to comb out and make my definite shape the way I want my hair to be. So we just hot combed the wig at the edges of the lace. So this is what it looks like. So we can have a defined look. I like to do this. I like prepping the wig beforehand because once it's on you, it becomes very difficult to multitask. You want to leave the wig to do one job at a time. You don't want to have like 2 jobs at the same time. So we have hot combed the wig, right? On the lace front. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, I also managed to pluck my wig. So it didn't come plucked, hey? I must be very honest, it didn't come plucked. So I had to pluck it over time. I had to learn how to pluck actually over time. So I wanted that scalp defined look. So I had to make sure that I plugged along this. So now before I put the wig on or even want to install it, I have to layer or color my wig according to my skin tone. So I am running out of blush. This is very stressful. I typically use this color, right? But it's almost gone and I want to save it for the actual contour line. So I'm just going to use the shade darker than my skin. It's perfectly fine, right? So I'm just going to use this. And I blend it in a pagati. So I blend it inside. How am I going to do this? Right? I just damper. Right? People use foundation. I don't like using foundation typically because mine is more oily. I haven't found one that typically sticks and holds for a long period of time. So what I've found is that if I do use my foundation, it ends up like lifting up my lace within about 3 to 4 days, which is now a waste of the whole installation because I typically want my installations to last for about 2 weeks. So that's just me. So this is us just blending it so it matches my skin tone. Okay, so once that is done, it is time to put glue. So whoever judges me, your mother, because at the end of the day I'm still beautiful. So yeah. So this is what I typically have underneath my wigs. These are flat twists, so they're all cornrows, but they're not the 3 braid. Because I braid myself, it's quite difficult to actually find time to do a 3 braid. So I just do twists around my hair, This is what they look like. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them. I don't know why it's an odd number. It should be symmetrical and an even number, but this is the method I typically do now. I like to wear the wig while I'm actually putting on the glue, just so that I can see where I want my wig to sit, where I want it to be, and also the edges. The edges are very important. The first thing that tends to lift in a wig installation are your edges before the actual frontal lace. So it's very important that you know where the edge starts and begins. Very, very important. Otherwise, it's going to be a mess. So I'm going to put the wig on. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is the wig. I usually have like a hair clamp. I don't know where my hair clamp is. Okay. So this is my hair clamp. Blessing in a girl's life. So please don't mind that I look to the left, or your right, or whatever. I'm using a mirror. So yeah, bear with me. So before anything, it's just good to define where the midsection is, right, of the hair. So you just define where it is and where you want the wig to be. I typically like to go a couple of centimeters in front of my actual hairline. So it still looks normal, but also remember, I'm not using a wig cap in this particular method. I have installed with a wig cap, and another day, another dollar, I will show you guys the bald cap method, but I typically don't like it. Yeah, it's too much, especially when it's like hot. The cap is hot, the wig is hotter, you are hot test. It's just a lot. So I just tend to go straight into my glue install. And for me, I've got good skin. I take care of my skin, so I'm not really stressed about any allergic reaction or having a raw scalp. I treat my skin before I do all of this, because I know, Guti, if you don't do that, skin is going to be too raw, right? So already from the placement, I know how I want my wig to be, and I know where I want it to be. Yeah. So as you can see, you can now tell that I've actually plucked my wig, because you can see that it's not as full in the front as it is all across the hair, which is what I wanted. I didn't want a wig that is going to look like a Barbie doll hairline. Pisses me off, right? So I've shaped it, I've defined it, I know where I want to go. Made a marker, invisible marker. If you want to, you can actually use a pen, hey? Just a light pen or chalk if you've got, just to guide you. But I've done this many times, right? Also, I don't have a pen here, so that's another reason. But yeah. And then, yeah, clips it back. And I just slightly move it back so I can work with the hairline. So before anything, clean with an alcohol swab or rubbing alcohol or any type of alcohol substance. You just want to make it very, very clean. So the glue that I'm going to be using is Bold Hold Active. It's like the standard glue you're going to get in any installation. I try my best to use products that I know everyone can get. I'm not someone who likes these expensive, rare to find, have to call a friend to buy it for me type of products. They piss me off. I like things that are very authentic, things that you can get at the store, things that you know are cheap and can work. That's me. So you do small drops, not very lumpy, but medium size of some sorts, across your hairline. You do it in front of the hairline. Don't do it on your hairline, please. So we do it in front, as you can see. And then I ran it around to the corner of where my ear is, because I know my wig is going to end right about here and here. Same thing, right? Then you take anything that has somewhat of like a handle like this. I've been using this for a while. This is actually a razor shaver, whatever, blade, whatever. But I use the end of it because it's very effective. And you just dab and move back. You're trying to spread the glue as best as you can. You want it to be evenly white And you make sure it doesn't touch your hairline. So this is the first layer of glue that we're applying. Wipe off any excess glue on parts that you don't require. And then this is the time you fan. I don't use a dryer on my hair because I don't need a dryer, particularly on my hair. Even when I wash my natural hair, like my afro hair, I air dry it or I towel dry. So I don't own a dryer anymore, right? If you do have one though, this is the perfect time to just dry your hair out. The goal is for the glue to be transparent. It shouldn't look like this if it's dry. It should look like this. So these ones were early layers, they dry quicker. So you can just use a fan or, you know, anything that will bring air and just fan it out. So the first layer won't be too sticky, but can you see that traction that happened? So it pulls my skin. That's when you know it's dry. So we're gonna give it 4 layers. I always give my wigs 4 layers. That's what makes it last very long and that's what holds it very, very tight. So we're gonna do the same thing again. Just testing to see how sticky the glue is, and it's quite sticky, like there's a lot of traction as I pull. So this is the moment where we take the wig and we bring it forward. So don't stress now, you can do this in sections. It's not too sticky that it's going to stick immediately, you know, so you don't have to worry that you have to do everything in one go. Take it like bit by bit, otherwise you're going to have a messy install. So we always start in the front. And I like coming just right next to the glue. Not immediately on the glue, like completely covering everything, but just right there. So that if I miss anything, I can always just go back and add, right? So I press on it. Right? And I bring the first side, same technique. I press on it. Continue. Continue to the edge. Press on. I've got more edge than I thought. It's fine. And I press on. Pressure on this part of the comb onto the lace, like so, ne? So I'm digging it into my skin, and at the same time I'm combing back, and I hold, because we're trying to make the lace stick, not the hair with the lace stick. Yabo. So that's why I combed back. I still want this to be very free, yabo, very, very free, but I want the lace itself to be glued down to my scalp. Halfway, right? It depends. Some people's lace acquires them to like go behind. As you can see, I went in front of my ear, so I have to go in front of my ear to cover as well, right? Stretch it out as you can. I like to collect all my hair on one side, so it's easier for me to work. So collect it on one side, you just tie a knot. We leave this for an hour. I like doing an hour, it gets the job done. You can adjust the straps on your ear if you to get it like more comfortable for you, yabo. And you should feel the tightness, like I'm feeling it now here. It's itchy and it's tight. Okay, so we bride yesterday. So I'm gonna have some of the bride meat. But we ran out of bread. I hate bread anyways. And I'm lazy to cook something like a rice or a pap because that needs like a gravy and a salad. So I'm just gonna cook chips, slab chips and bride pork chops and wors. That is lunch for now. So we took off the band. It's very much adhered. Oh, it's very much adhered. There's no lifting lace, but there is excess glue on the sides, as you can see. It's not really much of a train smash. I like to deal with it after I've already tinted the lace, because now I run the risk of actually lifting my lace because there's excess glue, and glue doesn't just stay in one place, it's been continuous, yeah. So yeah, just choosing peace over violence on a daily right now. So I'm just gonna move forward to the tinting and melting of the lace. So I use this extra mega hold, right? Very common brand, everyone has seen it everywhere. You can also use Got2b. Got2b is expensive and it doesn't get the job done as well as this. Like, I've tried Got2b and I'm not a fan. Subpar. So I use this, very easy. So I'll shake it before using it, and then you can spray it on the top of the cap, né? So you don't have to use any other added apparatus. So right, you spray it on top, you're gonna see like a white, yeah. So you can just use your fingers, or you can use the little stick that we were using prior, but it becomes very sticky, so I try not to use it. I just use the finger, right? So this is how it should be. And then you just place it on the actual lace. Don't place it on your skin, don't place it way back, just place it on the line like this, right? So before we put the band on again for another hour, we have to fan. So make sure that it's extremely dry before we put the band on again for another hour. So yeah, let's take it off and see how it looks. Okay. When I say success, oh my god, this is very, very good. This is very, very good, guys. Like Nyanmona. This is very, very good. Yeah, I'm proud. So after this, what I do now, I take some powder. So it depends. Some people use concealer, right? I don't like that idea, only because concealer is typically wet. So now I run the risk of actually lifting the entire glue and effort into everything I've done. So I think a powder is much more effective. A powder doesn't take a lot. It doesn't absorb too much because I don't use too much. Remember, you were supposed to tint so that it could melt a lot more. And then I'm just blending. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you a successful installation. Ah! This is a very good installation. Yeah, so final touch. The whole point of wearing a wig, or wanting to wear a good wig, is to make it look as realistic as possible. Obviously, everyone knows it's a wig, so we're not expecting miracles, but always look the part. So what I do is have concealer. I have a concealer stick, right? I don't know. The brand isn't even going to show kakuhle, but I've got a concealer stick. And I like just lining up my midline with this concealer stick. So I'm gonna have to look this way, but just going to comb it out, take out the clamp, and then just show you guys how a complete installation looks like. This is the wig. I am proud. I am very, very proud. It turned out beautiful. There were literally no mistakes. And I really do hope that you guys can also experience a clean installation like this. From Med Vlogs with Nkosi, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share. Thank you so much for watching the entire video. And I hope you guys enjoyed the entire experience of learning how to install yourself. It's very important as a woman to dedicate time for yourself and also invest in yourself. And one of the things that you should know is, on top of braiding your own hair, installing yourself. Thank you guys so much. See you on another video from Med Vlogs with Nkosi. Goodbye.